jQuery adding elements. jQuery add elements. Okay, jQuery add elements. Using jQuery, it is easy to add new elements. Okay, so if you want to add new elements in the runtime, okay, it is easy to add new elements in the runtime using jQuery. So here four methods is there. Okay, four types of methods is there. Types of methods to add elements in runtime. Okay, so first one append, second one prepend, and third one after, fourth one before. Okay, so these are the four methods to add elements in the runtime. Okay, jQuery allows us to add elements in the runtime. So using append method, so we can add the content at the end of the selected element. We can add content or element at the end of the selected element. Okay, at the end of the selected element. Okay, so at the end of the element means here the syntax dollar symbol selector dot append. Okay, we can add new element. Okay, we can add new element like this. This is new element. Okay, so paragraph. So for example, we have one div tag. Okay, and this div tag contains some example content. Some content is there. Okay, to add paragraph after the content. Okay, here. Okay, so we can use append method. Okay, we can use append method to add the new content at the end of the selected element. Okay, and next prepend method, you can add element at the we can add the element at the beginning of the selected element. Okay, so here the syntax dollar symbol selector dot prepend method. Okay, we can add new element like input. Okay, type equal to text box. Okay, I'm adding text box. Okay, so like this we can add new element. And after method, we can insert. Okay, we can insert content at the you can add the content after the selected element. After the selected element. After the select element means we have div tag here, okay, with some example content, and I want to add here two div tags is there, okay, and this div id equal to div2, and this id is div1. Okay, I want to add one more paragraph here between these two paragraphs. Okay, so we can use after method to add content like this. Okay, this is the, okay, after this is the selected element. Okay, after the selected element the content will be added. Okay, and syntax selector dot after here paragraph. Okay, so here some example content. So this is after method and this is before method. We can insert content, okay, before the selected element, before the selected element. Syntax dollar symbol selector dot before and newly element. Okay, so you can add any type of element like a button or paragraph or text box, okay, or div tag or anything you can add. Okay, so these are the four methods to add elements, new elements in the runtime using jQuery. So an example on these four methods: add one HTML form, adding elements. Okay, so here take four buttons, input type equal to button, uh, value equal to append first method, okay, and id equal to btn append, okay, and one more button prepend and after and before, prepend and btn prepend, and this is after btn after method button, this is before method button. Okay, so here four buttons is there, and take two div elements, and div id is div1 first div, and place some content to display the div tag. Here I want to add this content, okay, only this content in the div tag. Okay, and one more div tag id is div2. Okay, and the div2 is, this is the content. Okay, two div elements is there. When you click on this append button, okay, we need to add some, okay, header for this content. Okay, so first of all we need to call the library. Okay, call the library, and first append button, when you click on this, okay, so forget all these things. only this event. Okay, when you click on this button for div1 append method. Okay, append. So I want to add one header. Okay, header 3 tag. Okay, the header content is header is this is the header. Okay, for the content. Okay, so now we can run this example. The append content is added to, okay, append. Okay, actually, okay, append is at the end of the content, right? So that we can add another content syntax. So this is the paragraph. Okay, so when you click on this button, this content will be added to at the end of the content. Okay, append. So the content is added here. Okay, after this content, this is added. Okay, so now prepend method. So when you click on prepend button, we can add header for the content. Prepend button and div1 dot prepend method. For this prepend header 3 tag. Okay, some content. Okay, this is the header. So this header had added to the this content. Okay, at the before starting of the content. Okay, so prepend. So header is added here and prepend. Prepend is already prepend is added header and append at the end of the content. This content is added. When you click on prepend, the header is added. Okay, so these two scenarios completed. And again after and before. Okay, so when you click on after button, okay, we need to add one paragraph after div2, div1. Okay, after div1 or div2 also we can add dot after paragraph. This is newly created paragraph. Okay, and the next before. So when I click on this button, before button, I want to add one text box. Okay, before div2. Before method input type equal to text. Okay, and close this tag. The text box is added to before the div2. Okay, so after button the content is added here. Okay, after div2 div1. Okay, and before, when you click on before button, the text box is added before div2. Okay, new text box is added here. Okay, so using these four methods, we can add new elements in the runtime. Okay, append, prepend, and after and before. Okay, so these are the four methods. And one more method is there, remove method. Okay, this is separate. Remove method. Okay, using this method, this method, 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 we can remove elements. Okay, in the runtime. Okay, in runtime. The syntax is syntax dollar symbol and selector dot remove. Okay, so this will remove the selected element. So that is the selector. Okay, and one more method is empty. Okay, so remove method removes the only selected element. Okay, but empty method removes the child elements of the selected element. Child elements, child elements of the selected element, so that the selected element is empty. Syntax dollar symbol selector dot empty. Okay, so an example for these two methods, empty and remove method. Add one HTML form, remove and empty. So here two buttons. So we can copy these two buttons here. Okay, so first button is remove. Second button is empty. btn empty and btn remove. Okay, and here div tag and div tag id is div1. Okay, and the div tag contains some information to display. Okay, so this is the information. Okay, only information. And this in this div tag we have one more paragraph. This is another new content. Okay, and one more span also. This is example content. Okay, so here in the div tag, paragraph and span, two elements is there. Okay, so when you click on this button, remove button, entire div tag will remove. Okay, so when you remove this button, empty button, only removes the selected element of child elements only. Okay, only this paragraphs and span is removed. So first button remove and second button is empty. Okay, and div1 dot remove. Okay, and div1 dot empty. Okay, so now run this example. So when you click on this button here, this is paragraph and this is span. Okay, this is another new content, this is example content. Okay, so you can see here paragraph and span. When you click on this button, okay, total content is removed but div tag is there. Okay, div tag is there. When you remove this button, when you click on the remove button, okay, total div tag is removed from the form. So remove empty methods. Okay, remove the selected element with the enter content, and empty method removes the child element of the selected element only. Okay, and remove method can accept parameters. Method accept parameters. Okay, so like a remove method, we can give here HTML elements ID or class name. Okay, so like this. Okay, using class name we can remove the elements. So for example here one more div tag is there and the class name is mycls. Okay, this is remove method with the parameters. Okay, this is another div tag. So I want to remove method. I want to remove the div tag with the class name cls. Div tag and with the class name is dot mycls. So then just remove the first div tag only. We have this remove method with parameters. When you click on this button, okay, the first div tag is removed. Okay, so like this we can give the parameter. Okay, by using id or class or element name. Okay, we can remove the elements, but there is no parameters for the empty method. Okay, and the next concept is uh, adding classes. Okay, JQuery adding classes. This concept allows us to add CSS classes. Okay, add CSS classes to the HTML elements, to HTML elements in runtime. Okay, allows us to add CSS classes to HTML elements in runtime. In the runtime, we can apply CSS classes to the HTML elements. So here 4 methods is there. Add class. Okay, observe the capitalization. C caps here. And remove class. Okay, and third one, toggle class, and the fourth one CSS method. Okay, these are the four methods to add or remove, okay, or toggle to apply CSS properties to the HTML elements. Okay, add class. Using this method we can add or remove, add or add one or more classes. Okay, we can add one or more classes to the selected element. Selected element. Syntax: dollar symbol, selector dot add class, and here we need to provide class name. Okay, my CLS is the class name, right? So you can directly apply class name here and remove class. Using this method we can remove one or more classes from the selected element. And syntax: dollar symbol, selector dot remove class, okay. So this is the remove class method. Then toggle class. So toggle class, already you know, toggles between adding and removing classes. Toggles between adding or removing classes from the selected elements. From the selected elements. Syntax: selector dot toggle class my CLS, and CSS method. Uh, Using this method sets are written. Okay, sets are written the style attribute. Okay, so directly we can apply CSS properties to the HTML elements without CSS class name. Syntax: dollar symbol, selector dot CSS method, CSS method flower bracket, and CSS properties. Okay, we need to write multiple CSS properties so that like a color, text color, and the font style, okay, and background color. Okay, individually you can write here. So these are the four methods: add class, remove class, and toggle class, and CSS method. So add one more HTML form. adding classes, and 4 buttons here, same. Okay, and only one div tag, add class, button id, add class, remove class, btn, remove class, and a toggle class, btn, toggle class, css method, btn, css. So when you click on this button, so we can apply css class. So we can write one css class dot my cls and div height 300 pixels and width 300 pixels and background color for the div and the text color white color and border is 2 pixel solid and border color is okay, height, width, background color and text color and border color for the div tag. Okay, so we did not apply the css classes for the div tag. So when you click on this button, we need to add this class to this div tag. Dot add class method dot dot my cls. Okay, and remove all these things. So first button only add class button. So run this example. Click on this button. Class is not added. My cls. Okay, so class is added to the div tag. Okay, don't include. Okay, dot here. Directly we can apply css class name. Okay, css class is applied for the div tag. So when you click on remove button, so we need to remove this class name. Okay, go to inspect element. You can see here class equal to my cls class is applied. So when you click on remove button, okay, remove class button, so we have to remove this class my cls. Okay, the div tag. Okay, remove class and div tag dot remove class my cls. Okay, so now run this example. Add class, class is added. Remove class, class is removed. Add, okay, class is there. When you click on this button, class is removed. Okay, so this is the add class method and remove class method. Next, toggle class. Toggle class, if class is already applied, remove the class. If the class is not applied to the div, Okay, div class is applied. My CLS. Okay, so run this example. Now class is not applied to the div tag. So when you click on this toggle button, class is applied. Again, when you click on this button, okay, so already class is there, then class is removed. Okay, only one button, adding and removing. So this is toggles between add class and the remove class. If class is already applied to the div tag, okay, toggle class, remove that class. If class is not there, toggle class will add the class to the div. And next, CSS button, CSS method. Dot CSS method, okay. Uh, Flower bracket we compulsory we have to use because here we are providing multiple CSS properties. Okay, like background color. Okay, background color. Here blue and comma. Text color hash triple F. Okay, and font size. Font size is 16 pixels. Okay, so directly we can write CSS properties using CSS method. So refresh this example and click on this button. Classes is not applied because here div id is 1. Okay, so CSS properties applied. Okay, background color blue color, text color white, and font size 16 pixels. Okay, you can increase like this. If you give here 15 like a 30 pixel, the font size will be 30 pixels. Okay, so these are the CSS jQuery add class, remove class, and toggle class and CSS method. Okay, using CSS method, we can directly apply CSS properties to the selected HTML element. And next, jQuery DOM manipulation. jQuery DOM manipulation. DOM manipulation nothing but, for example, you want to get the text box value. Okay, text box value, or you want to assign the values to the text box. Okay, so here DOM concept we have to use. Okay, DOM manipulation. Find out the HTML element and get the value from the HTML elements. Okay, so here mm, so here for three methods is there: text method and HTML method and val method. So these are the three important methods to read the value, read or write values to or from HTML elements. Okay, so the text method sets are written the text content of the selected element. Okay, selected element. And HTML method sets are written the content of the selected element, including HTML elements also, including HTML elements. And val method sets are written the value return the value of the form fields. Form fields nothing but text boxes and radar buttons and check boxes like that. So these are the three important methods. So create an HTML form. Text, HTML and val. Okay, so take three buttons. Text method, HTML method, val method, btn, val method, btn, HTML method, btn, text method. So take one div tag. Okay, same as here, empty button. Okay, so here div tag is there, and div tag with some content is there, and child elements also is there, paragraph and span. Okay, you want to get content from the div tag, we can use only text method. Okay, you want to display content with total content with including HTML elements also, you can use HTML method. And here you can take text box, type equal to text and id equal to txt, email id, placeholder equal to email. You want to apply email id to the text box, you can use val method. Or you want to retrieve the text box value, use val method. So now button text, when you click on this button, I want to display alert box, alert box, alert box, okay, with the text using text method, and div using dividing. Okay, this is the selector and this is the method. Okay, this is the syntax of the text method. So this text method retrieves the content of the selected element, only content without the elements. Using this, dot html method retrieves the content from the selected element. Okay, from the selected element, including html elements also. So now run this example. So when you click on this button, only content is displayed. Okay, div tag content. So this is another new content and this is example content. So actually this is paragraph and span tags, these two. Okay, only content is displaying. So when you click on this HTML button, okay, so paragraph and span also displaying here. Okay, including with the total content is displaying from the selected element. And next, when you click on this button, okay, we want to apply email ID to the text box. Copy this val method button, txt email dot val method. So I want to apply some test mail, test at gmail.com. So this mail ID is added to the text box when you click on the button. Okay, the content is added to the text box. Okay, and I want to retrieve the text box value. Okay, so without adding the content, so I want to retrieve the content and display the alert box. Remove this and this one also. In alert box, okay, this is the syntax for the val method. This val method retrieves the text box value and display that value in alert box. Okay, this statement is applied to the text box, and this statement retrieving the value from the text box. Okay, enter here example mail ID, example at gmail.com. Okay, and click on this button. Okay, so we are retrieve the text box value and display the value in alert box. Okay, this is the methods: text method, html method, and val method. And next, uh, ajax is pending. Okay, so this ajax concept also in AngularJS. Okay, I will explain this concept Ajax in AngularJS. Okay, next topic is tomorrow we can start with AngularJS, and after in AngularJS I can explain Ajax concept, because in AngularJS also same concept is there. Okay, to read to interact with the database and how we can read the data from the database and how we can uh, insert the data into the database.